What's good, everybody? How y'all doing? It's your boy Tuck, the man with the plan, the beardless boy wonder, you feel me? And the man who's going to give you the good advice that'll make you feel nice. Welcome back to another episode of, you guessed it, Self-Talk. I hope you all are feeling grand this Sunday. Happy Easter to everybody. Me, I'm feeling a little cold, you feel me? As you guys can clearly notice by now, there is something very important missing right here. I had to get some training at my new job, and unfortunately, the beard had to go. Pay respects in the comments to the beard, RIP. But you know what? It's gonna grow back fast. I'm gonna rebound quick, you feel me? So, new look, same old Tuck. You know how we gonna do. Self-talk, let's get into it. Oh, and before I forget, I appreciate you guys for sending me your responses for Self-Talk by You, man. I got a couple coming in, got more on the way, and I appreciate y'all so very much. But do not forget, April 17th is the deadline. If you send me something April 18th, I'm not gonna look at it. You may get the read receipt, but I'm not gonna include it with all the other suggestions. So make sure you put your stuff in, because it's coming in as we speak. April 17th is the deadline for Self-Talk by You. So you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. There's all types of avenues to hit me up on. So send me your suggestions, please. April 17th is the deadline. So for this week's album of the week, we're going with Brooklyn rapper, upcoming artist, kind of underground, but now he's up and popping right now, To Kill a Sunrise by Code of the Friend. So I started listening to Code of the Friend around 2018 off his debut mixtape, Anything. And for me, he's kind of that dreamy rap, melodic type of vibe from Brooklyn, New York rap. You hear that drill, that but more Code of the Friend is like that calm, chill, relax, vibing type of music. You feel me? And he's just honestly been making his own these past couple years. He's like mixtape after mixtape after mixtape after mixtape. And coming off this year with his collaboration with Static Selecta, this album made me so excited for the summer. It's literally when you listen to this album, it feels like you driving with the top down on Lakeshore Drive when it's like 75, 80 degrees outside and you just cooling. And that's basically what this album gives me. For me, Wolves, Dayglow, The Sunrise is kind of my top 3 tracks off this album, and it is fire. With him and the mixture of Static Selecta, a legendary beat maker himself, man, they knocked this out the park. And especially coming into the spring, the weather's getting warmer, the flowers are starting to come out, pollen's making a comeback, you feel me? It just brings them good vibes. And if you want to listen to a good lyrical rap album that just brings you the goodness in your heart and makes you feel great, pick this album. This is my recommendation for you. To Kill a Sunrise by Code of the Friend. This is my album of the week. So for this wonderful Easter episode of Self-Talk, I'm finna take y'all to class. This topic is thrown so many ways and explained in so many different patterns, and sometimes we still don't know what this word really means. But I'm finna take y'all to class, instruct y'all on the 1, 2, 3, 4 tips on how to find your niche. Niche, that word that everybody throws around, but we honestly don't know what in the world it truly means. Niche is basically what people know you for, and I'm just gonna keep it as clear cut and as simple as that. For instance, if you want to know what LeBron James' niche is, it's basketball. If you wanted to know what Beyonce's niche is, it's singing. It's the thing that you are most known for and what people know you for. So for some of us, how do we find that niche? How do we know what we excel at? How do we know what we good at and what we could put out? Well, it's a process. It takes some time. For me and Q&K, it's taken a long time and it's still progressing today. So I'm gonna give you guys 4 tips about how to find your niche in this world, in this internet, in this space. So let's get into it. Look at the little things you love to do. It is as simple as that, people. The little things you did as a kid may honestly help you now in the future while you're creating content in your career or doing stuff that you love to do. For me, the creation of Q&K is actually a very simple process. I love to work out, I love to listen to music, and I love to look drippy. When it comes to the fashion side of things, as you can clearly, like I just said, I like to look drippy. So basically, one of the little things I love to do came into what my brand is today, focusing on the fashion side of things, making my own clothing as well, because I want people to look good. And on the health and wellness tip, since I love to work out so much, I wanted to help people, hey, if they're struggling working out, let me help you out, and let me help you with some diet tips as well. The little things I did every single day can help contribute to a bigger and better way. And me, as you can see through all these episodes of Self-Talk, I love to freaking talk. I love to help people. So using these little things that I love to do on a daily basis help create what Q&K is today. Sometimes you do not need to overthink like, oh, I have to have the perfect algorithm to make the perfect audience so I can get 1 million views immediately. No, that ain't gonna never happen. That's literally impossible. You're gonna start off small, you're gonna make your mistakes, it's gonna look bad at the beginning, but slowly but surely you're gonna get better at it. Looking at the little things in your life is gonna help you create the big picture of what your niche is going to be. So tip number 1, look at the little things you love to do on a daily basis. Starting off generic is not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea to start out with the most basic of ideas. You want to know why? Because it's functional, it is useful, and somebody's going to want to use it. I feel like a big mistake all the creators do at the beginning is try to think of some overly conscious, overly creative plan to post their content out to make people think so hard. It's like, oh, this is gonna be on some next level mind stuff. But then honestly, after 5 seconds, like, oh, I can't get on board. Swipe. And that's what it is. The mental capacity to look into your post and think deeply on it. I ain't trying to think like that. I'm just trying to swipe. Ooh, look, something interesting, swipe. And unfortunately, it's like that, people. And to be truly honest with you, some of the generic niches are some of the best niches to go into. Like, for instance, no matter how far time goes, these 3 niches will always be trailblazers, winners, and you will always get views, likes, comments, shares for this. It is beauty, travel, and food. Like, for instance, beauty, it can go into cosmetics, fashion, style. Like, the style trend is going to change year after year after year. And think about how many videos you've seen of, oh, 5 essential tops for spring, 5 essential pants for summer, 5 essential outfits for winter. It always happens every single year. And guess what? It's always something brand new. And for cosmetics, there's always gonna be another look, another contour, another foundation that's always gonna come up from a different business, and it's always a different look. It's always a different trend. So there's always gonna be your beauty YouTubers, your beauty influencers that are always gonna succeed because something different comes every single year. And with travel, think about it. How many videos or vlogs have you seen of literally the same exact place on the same exact island with 10 different people? Literally, you see the same old girl touching the same old flamingo on the same beach. However, you still continue to watch it because, man, I really like to go on that beach and touch that flamingo. You feel me? And it just excites you. It always makes you want to explore. People love to explore. People love to go to different places. So the travel vlog industry is always going to continue to go because there's always going to be something brand new. There's always going to be something, one thing they can do different that the last person didn't do. Views are going to go up. It's like it's always gonna change, and there's always some new place to visit. Like, for instance, from last year, freaking Tulum. Ain't no people heard about Tulum in the past 2, 3, 4, 5 years in the past, but this sudden year when COVID hit, everybody wanted to slide to Tulum because you saw that vlog of the certain cenotes, the swings, the food, and I'm like, oh, that looked lit. Let me slide, and it got me too, and I went, and it was lit. So the travel industry and the travel vlog industry and content is always going to continue to grow as well. And lastly, for food, you cannot say how many times you've seen this burger that literally break it wide open and all the juices and the flavors come out. And even if you made a lunch 5 minutes ago, you'd be like, dang, I'm hungry now.
Chocolate. Invisible cola. Forbidden donut. Sacrilegious. No. Free goo. Something.
It just be like that. Literally, 10 chefs can make literally the same dish and each one of them mugs look fire. Especially for me, losing all this weight and changing my diet and stuff, I am not gonna be ashamed. I've watched a whole lot more cooking videos since getting on this weight loss journey, you feel me? I watch how them making chocolate chip cookies or making a seafood mac and cheese or just making good stuff, because it just makes your heart feel well and then makes your stomach feel hungry, and it works. It's like literally chefs and food are undefeated. They just always gonna win no matter what, and everybody loves food, and we always need food to live. So like those 3 generic niches are still hidden today. So don't think you gotta find some complicated niche to start out with in order to succeed. Start out with the generic and then dig your way deeper in. So tip number 2, generic niches are not that bad. Learn from your audience and experiment. Like for this tip, I would say you always got to have an adaptable plan. Like for me, at the end of 2020, going into 2021, I experimented a lot with the digital content of my brand. Like for the people that literally started out with me May of 2020 to now, it has been a transformation. Just seeing now that the digital content, like the video, like hitters, like the main tips I say hit the most. And also for like my Wellness Wednesdays, that's the thing that probably changed the most for me since like the beginning of this year, because everybody's used to my Wellness Wednesdays being like, oh, here's a workout, here's how you do it, But now I started to see through my audience like, hey, I could show you how to do a jumping jack, but there's probably 20 or 30 other people who can do the same exact jumping jack as I can do. So I just had to little experiment and like try something different. And just one time I just put up a quote on Wellness Wednesday with the picture. And literally when that posted, like thousands of people liked that off that joint. I was like, okay, is this what people really want at this time? So as you can see, I'm learning from my audience. I'm saying, what do they want from me? And at that time, they wanted me to put motivational quotes. So I started doing that. More attention came, and because of that, I'm now over 1,000 followers on Instagram. And also using your tools you have, like for instance, Instagram Business has your insights. You can show what's the percentage of people looking at your page, where are they from, like the from male to female ratio. There's so many tools you can use in order to learn like, hey, these people like this type of post this much, and then they don't like that type of much, and it helps you find out where to go next with your brand, you feel me? And the reason I say continue to experiment is because your audience is also gonna continue to evolve. You want your audience to continue growing, and that means new people, which means new insights in. So you don't wanna stay with the same old stagnant, this post on this day, this post on that day, and become repetitive with it, because at a certain point, your audience is gonna get bored. Like for me, I appreciate all the people who literally watch my self-talks all the way from beginning to end, but like I said, people don't got attention spans like that. So for me, I started to put like the heavy hitter like points in my self-topic as single 60-second posts, put that on TikTok, put that on Instagram, bam, I get more attention from that. Because I know some people just can't pay attention that long. And I just put the heavy hitters there to see it, so you can get like sneak peeks, and then like, hey, I want to hear more of the stuff he got to say. Bet, link to the main video. And that's how I get more views. And that's how I'm now YouTube, I'm starting to get revenue from that now because of that. You just got to learn and keep experimenting. Don't get stuck in the same old plan. So for tip number 3, experiment and learn from your audience. Make your niche lifestyle. This is you. A niche is part of you. So make sure you portray that every day. Like coming up on May 1st will be my 1-year anniversary of Q&K, my brand. And for me, it's become a natural process for me. Like naturally, I set up this camera, talk to you all. Naturally, I edit. Naturally, I make my posts. Naturally, I do this. Now it's becoming second nature to me. Now, when I first started off, was I scared? Of course, I was very scared. I've never done something like this before. But once you make your niche your lifestyle, you become acclimated to it, you're just gonna get better and better and better from there. And like some people will clown the person holding up, vlogging a camera in a mall, while everybody else looking at them with the tripod. But however, that's their lifestyle. That's their way of income. That's their entrepreneurship. That's the way they bring money into the house. Like that is the only way you're going to be the best at whatever you do. You can't just be a hobbyist and say, oh, I do this on my free time, or I do this when I feel like it. You're never gonna be the best at what you do. You gotta make whatever you care about, whatever you love about your lifestyle. Like, you understand we all have 9 to 5s, but from that 6 to 10 or 6 to 11, it's grind time. You gotta do what you gotta do. Your niche gotta be your lifestyle in order to be the best you wanna be. So tip number 4, make your niche your lifestyle. And that's all I got for y'all today. Hopefully I helped you all find your niche, and trust me, there's many untapped niches out in this world, out in this internet. And trust me, you will find yours. I found mine. So hopefully this video helps you in that process. Make sure you like and subscribe this joint. You can follow me on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, you know the whole 9 yards. Like I said, Self-Talk by You deadline, April 17th. April 17th. Send me your suggestions by then. And you know what we do. This is Tuck. This is Q&K. Peace.